When your kids see you cry. The first time it happened, Ria was 4 and Liam was 2. I was standing at the kitchen sink washing dishes, and suddenly I was crying. Not for any particular reason, not because something sad had happened, just crying, the kind of heavy, silent tears that come from somewhere deep and don't have a name. I heard small footsteps behind me. "Mommy." I wiped my face quickly with the back of my hand. "Yes, sweetie." "Why are you sad?" "I'm not sad," I said, my voice too bright, too false. "I'm fine, go play." She stood there for a moment longer, studying my face with those serious eyes that seemed too old for a 4-year-old. Then she left. I told myself I'd protected her, that children shouldn't see their mother cry, that I'd done the right thing by pretending everything was fine. My therapist later told me I'd taught her something else entirely, that feelings should be hidden, that it's not safe to be honest about pain, that fine is the answer you give when you're falling apart. It kept happening. Depression doesn't announce itself. It doesn't wait for convenient moments when the kids are at school or asleep. It shows up during breakfast, during homework time, during the mundane moments when you're just trying to get through the day. Some days I'd be helping Liam with his shoes and tears would just start falling. Some days Ria would find me sitting on the edge of my bed, staring at nothing, crying for reasons I couldn't explain even to myself. "Are you okay, Mommy?" became a refrain in our house. "I'm fine," I'd say every time, just tired, just stressed about work, just being silly. Always fine, never honest. Liam started asking different questions. "Is work scary?" he asked one morning when I'd been crying before dropping them at school. "What? No, honey, why?" "Because you cry about it." "I'm not crying about work." "Then why do you cry?" How do you explain depression to a 6-year-old? How do you tell them that sometimes your brain lies to you, tells you things are hopeless when they're not, makes you cry when there's nothing specific to cry about? "We need money," I said instead, which was true but also a deflection. "So Mommy has to work even when it's hard." He nodded seriously, like I'd just given him an important piece of information about how the world works. I didn't think about that conversation again until months later, when I found $20 under the refrigerator, and Liam claimed it was his because he'd found it. Until the pattern emerged, every time he found money in the car, in the couch, on the floor, he'd pocket it, insisting it was his now. "Finders keepers," he'd say. At first I thought it was just a kid not understanding property. But then one day, when I was gently explaining, for the 3rd time, that money found in our house probably belonged to someone in our family, he said something that made my stomach drop. "But you need it for work, so you don't have to be so sad." I stared at him. "What?" "You said you have to work because we need money, so I'm trying to help you get more money, so maybe you don't have to cry." My 6-year-old thought he could fix my depression by collecting loose change. I sat down on the floor right there and pulled him into my lap, and I cried again, but this time I didn't hide it. A mom at school pulled me aside a few weeks ago. "Can I talk to you about something?" She looked uncomfortable. "It's about Ria." My heart sank. What now? Was she being too quiet, too scared, having trouble in class? "She's wonderful," the mom said quickly, "but I've noticed that when she plays with my daughter she kind of takes care of her, like she's the parent instead of a friend." I must have looked confused because she continued. "Like she'll organize all their games, make sure my daughter doesn't get hurt, remind her to use her manners. It's sweet, but also, my daughter is the same age. Sometimes she just wants a friend to be silly with, not someone who's always in charge." I nodded, trying to keep my face neutral, but inside I was reeling. "My daughter actually said Ria treats her like a little kid sometimes. I think Ria might be more comfortable being the adult in the relationship, which is a lot of pressure for a 7-year-old. She said it kindly, she wasn't criticizing, but I heard what she wasn't saying. Your daughter has learned to be the parent. Wonder where she got that from." That night I thought about all the times Ria had seen me cry. The times she'd brought me tissues without being asked. The times she'd tried to cheer me up by being extra good, extra helpful, extra careful not to make things harder. The way she'd started checking on me. "Are you okay, Mommy?" with a kind of worry that no 7-year-old should carry. The way she'd learned to read my moods, to anticipate my needs, to manage my emotions. She'd learned to be the adult, because I hadn't been able to be one consistently. And Liam, he'd learned that his mother's sadness was tied to money and work, and he'd decided his job was to fix it, to collect dollars and quarters like they were medicine that could cure me. My depression hadn't just affected me, it had reshaped my children's understanding of their role in the world. At my next therapy appointment, I told Dr. Kim everything. "What do I do?" I asked. "How do I undo this?" "You can't undo it," she said gently, "but you can change what you're teaching them now." She explained that kids are incredibly perceptive. They know when something is wrong. Pretending everything is fine doesn't protect them. It just teaches them that feelings should be hidden, that honesty is dangerous, that they're responsible for managing the adults in their lives. "What you can do," she said, "is model emotional honesty. When they see you crying, instead of saying you're fine, say I'm feeling sad right now. You don't have to explain everything, but you can normalize the idea that adults have feelings and that it's okay to express them." Won't that scare them? What scares them more is seeing you in pain and being told it's not happening. That's confusing. That makes them doubt their own perceptions. She was right. I knew she was right because I'd been that kid once, watching my own mother pretend everything was fine while the evidence said otherwise, learning that I couldn't trust what I saw or what I felt. The next time it happened, and it did happen because depression doesn't go away just because you understand it better, I tried something different. I was folding laundry and the tears started. Ria walked in. "Mommy, are you?" "I'm feeling sad right now," I said before she could finish. "Sometimes that happens, it's okay." She looked uncertain. "Why are you sad?" "I don't always know why. Sometimes people just feel sad and that's okay. It doesn't mean anything is wrong, it's just a feeling." "Oh," she thought about this. "Do you want a hug?" "I would love a hug." She hugged me and I cried a little more, and she didn't try to fix it or make it better. She just hugged me and then went back to playing. It was such a small thing, but it felt monumental. Later that week, Liam found a dollar bill on the sidewalk during our walk. "Can I keep this?" he asked. "Sure," I said. "That's not from our house, so yes, finders keepers applies here." "I'm going to save it," he announced. "That's a good idea. What are you saving for?" "Legos." "Not to help you with work, just Legos, a normal kid thing." "That sounds perfect," I said. I'm not sure if my honesty about crying is what shifted things for Liam. Maybe he's just getting older, understanding the world differently. Maybe it has nothing to do with me at all. And Ria, she still has that caretaker instinct, I see it. When I notice it happening, I gently remind her, "You don't have to take care of me, sweetie, that's not your job is just to be a kid." She's starting to play differently with her friends, less organizing, more silliness, less parenting, more partnering. Small changes, maybe they're related to what I'm doing, maybe they're not. But I keep being honest anyway. When I'm sad, I say I'm sad. When I'm frustrated, I say I'm frustrated. When I'm happy, I say I'm happy. Not because it will fix everything, but because I want my kids to grow up knowing that feelings, all of them, are allowed, that honesty is safe, that they don't have to pretend to be fine when they're not. That they don't have to take care of me. That it's okay to just be kids. My therapist was right. I can't undo what they've already learned, but I can teach them something new. I can show them that adults have feelings and that's okay, that crying doesn't mean something is broken, that honesty is better than pretending. I can show them that they're not responsible for fixing me. And maybe eventually they'll believe it.